Hey guys, it's Delilah. Welcome to another 5 Minutes Delights. In this series, you will be seeing makeup tutorials, product reviews, some tips and tricks, and they are all only 5 minutes to watch. So if you're someone who just don't like to sit there and watch a long video and you want something fast, quick, and on point, this series is for you. Today's 5 Minutes Delight is a review on this Tarte Rainforest After Dark palette. So without further ado, let's get started. It retails for $40 which I think is actually quite affordable for a high-end palette. And everything inside is all good enough to create many different makeup looks. When you open it, there is a big size of mirror, so another good reason to bring it to travel with. All 6 eyeshadows here, they are all overall very smooth, easy to blend, and fairly pigmented. I own 2 Tarte palettes so far, and the other one is called Energy Noir, and I dedicated a whole review video on it. I will link it down below. In that palette, the matte shades are just quite hard to blend and a little bit chalky, but not with this one. All the matte shades inside are very easy to blend, and I think that's a very important part for eyeshadow. They are all very useful colors, definitely a little bit more on a cool tone side, but I think they are all very neutral shades that you can use on an everyday basis. I think they are also very easy to pair up, so very beginner friendly or when you are in a rush. For example, those 3 can go together and those 3 go together. 2 matte shades can use as a transition shade, and 2 shimmery lit shades and 2 slightly darker shades to darker your outer corner. So super easy to pair, you don't even need to think. To be completely honest, I think the eyeshadow quality, they are not as creamy as the Lorac shadows, and they are also not as pigmented as the Urban Decay eyeshadows. But like I mentioned, I just think the outcome is actually perfect for beginners because they are not overly pigmented and it's just very easy. So for people who just want a light wash of color when they go to school or go to work, these eyeshadows are perfect. Now onto the blush. As you can see, it's just a very pretty light pink color that suits summer and spring very much. I actually think it's not so pigmented. I own the single Tarte blush in the shade Exposed, and that one is very pigmented. But this one, I do really have to build it up for it to show on my skin tone. So I'm actually not sure how this will work for even deeper skin tone, but for fair to medium skin tone ladies or gentlemen, then you just have to work it up a little bit. And again, if you are a beginner, I think a blush that is not too pigmented is actually better for you to practice as well anyway. Now the bronzer, amazing quality, very buttery smooth, but it's just way too light for me. If I really want to use it to warm up my complexion, it's almost impossible. But of course, if you have fair to fair medium skin tone, then this will be amazing, and it's a pretty neutral shade. It's not too warm, not too cool, so you can really just use it as a bronzer and maybe even contour a little bit. Finally, the highlighter is a gorgeous, stunning champagne type of color, and it's also what is on my cheekbones today. It's actually more of a natural low-key highlight if you just dust it on your cheeks, but if you want, as you can see, you can definitely build it up as well. I personally really like it because it's not too shimmery and not frosty either. It just gives a nice, beautiful glow, which I appreciate on a daily basis. So overall, I really like this palette, and I especially recommend it to beginners, students, people who work in the office, or people who just don't want to spend too much time on their makeup and want something very fast and easy. But if you already have a very extensive makeup collection and you own a lot of makeup palettes, this is definitely not a must-have in my opinion, just to be completely honest. So that's it guys, I hope you enjoyed the rundown of this palette and find it helpful in some ways. If there's anything I forgot to touch base on, always feel free to just leave me a comment and ask me directly. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe for more Delilah's Delights. Also follow me on my Instagram and Twitter. They are both at Delilah Delights. And I will see you guys very soon. Bye bye.